Do you have a course that's finally ready to launch? Or do you have a course that's not ready and you want to start pre-selling it? Are you bogged down with a lot of information on the internet that teaches you how to launch the course that takes ages and in fact even months to make one sale? Does your course have the potential to change people's lives? If so, we might be able to help. We are looking for our next 5 partners to personally launch and scale their online course or program within 10 days, so they can quickly dominate their competitors, build a recognizable name in their industry, and grow their business like we've done for our partners that have reached 5-figure months and 6 figures in total. Maybe that's you. Our team is looking for reputable courses to partner with, so we can help establish them as the market leader, trusted authority, and domain experts in their niche. We want them to focus on serving their customers while we focus on generating them. Before I tell you more about this opportunity, here's a quick 30 seconds intro about us. My name is Nafis Nasser and I run a company called the Webinar Experts. And our team has built and consulted on hundreds of webinars across dozens of different industries. We have helped our clients generate well over 5-figure months in recurring revenue, reaching 6 figures in total. Top experts like Paddy Stainford, the leading performance coach for our MBA team. Daniel Ryan, the top project management exam prep expert. Casey Zeman, the founder of the 7-figure webinar software Easy Webinar, and among others have worked with us. We focus on launching and scaling online courses using our revolutionary webinar expert model that has built our clients into a recognizable brand name in their industry and exploded their revenues of their brand new program to $20,000, $50,000, and even over $200,000 in a few months. This new little webinar expert model is the fastest method we've discovered to validate and profit from your new online course and program. Generate massive brand awareness, become a preeminent trusted authority in your industry, and generate customers in mass, because this involves one-to-many selling compared to the traditional one-to-one sales. The webinar expert model is made up of 3 components: the webinar presentation, webinar funnel, testing and scaling. So this is the first step that we will do when you work with us. Step number 1, crafting the high converting webinar presentation. We will create a presentation for you that will attract, build authority and bond with your ideal customers. Then we will strategically select the right content that will get your audience to know, like and trust you, so they are convinced you are the perfect solution to their problem. Finally, we will help you craft an irresistible offer that is specifically designed to push the attendees to buy your course. Now, when you do this right, you'll have a webinar presentation that will convert a bulk of ice cold prospects into customers without deploying pushy or sleazy sales tactics. Now, here's a quick sneak peek of what one of our partners said about their first webinar using our model.
Hi, my name is Dan Ryan, and I'm a PMP exam training expert. I help people pass the very difficult PMP exam on their first try. So I needed to find somebody who could help me sell my programs using the webinars. And that's when I got in touch with Nafis and his team. They built the entire deck, the entire webinar. They did everything on their own. They set up all the tech. They set up the ads. They managed the budget. They even wrote all the copy. Now, just a few days ago, I had a live webinar and I had a 15% closing rate. That's an amazing closing rate for any industry. All right, but I was shocked to look in my bank account and see $16,000 sitting there for only 60 minutes of work. And I owe it all to Nafis.
Now, do you want us to craft a high converting webinar presentation for you? If so, keep watching. I'm going to go over those details in just a minute. After we craft the high converting webinar, what's next? We need to get people to attend your webinar. Here's the big secret. The internet has distracted human beings so much that getting a decent attendance rate for the webinar is indeed a real challenge. But after consulting and personally working on so many webinars, we have decoded the formula to get show-up rates that go above the average. So in step 2, we build the webinar system. We first set up a custom landing page to get people to register for the webinar. Then, once they sign up, they are taken to a thank you page where we instruct them to follow some steps so they are well committed and prepared for the webinar. We then send out indoctrination and reminder email series, which are specifically designed to yield a higher attendance rate for your webinar. After the live webinar, we send out a replay and cart abandonment sequence to get more people who did not attend to watch the recording and thereby driving more sales. And when you do this right, you will get people to sit through the entire webinar presentation because they've been correctly pre-framed and have been anticipating for this event. You will have a cumulative show-up rate that exceeds 50%, when the industry average is just around 15%. Now this system is a really big deal. Want us to do all of this for you so you can focus on serving your customers? Then fill out the application on this page, because when you work with us, we do all of this for you. We craft the webinar presentation, we set up the entire webinar system, and we will also launch, manage and scale the paid ads for you so you can get registrations for your webinar at a cheap cost. Once we craft the high converting webinar and set up the webinar system, in step number 3, we scale the webinar. After we validate your presentation with a live webinar, you will have the customer data needed to turn that into an automated webinar system. And when you do this right, you'll have a webinar model that is guaranteed to produce the highest converting webinar in a short span of time and budget. You'll have a customer acquisition system that brings you customers at a massive profit, all while being completely automated. Here's a quick sneak peek of some of the different partners we worked with.
Much tripled my course sales within a couple of months starting to work together. So I'm really excited about that.
I just recently ran my first live webinar and with Avel, and I made $8,000 while still on the live webinar.
All right, but I was shocked to look in my bank account and see $16,000 sitting there for only 60 minutes of work.
Now, my personal webinar converted more than 30% of attendees into paying customers. I got 4 times the return on my ad spend, and now we're gonna scale and automate it.
Since I launched, I had 16% conversion rate in my first webinar, and I got 5 times the return on my ad spend.
Actually, we are spending like $2,000 on a campaign, and after we finish the webinar, we are getting around $12,000.
So here's a quick recap on how we help our partners. Step number 1, we help you craft the high converting webinar presentation that will convert a bulk of ice cold prospects into your customers. We create the webinar system for you and manage, run and optimize the paid ads to drive traffic and bring people to attend your webinar. Step number 3, we will test and scale your webinar using an automated webinar system. Plus, we manage all the creatives, copywriting and tech for you. All you'll have to do is to enroll your customers and serve them. Sounds like something you're interested in? Well, here's the offer for one last time. We are looking for our next 5 partners to personally launch their online course within 10 days so they can quickly dominate their competitors, build a recognizable name in their industry and radically grow their business, impacting thousands of lives. Maybe that's you. If so, fill out the application form right now by clicking the button on this page. Because when you work with us, we will personally craft the webinar presentation, build the webinar system, set up all the tech, set up all the ads, handle all the copywriting, launch the course in 10 days. And then we scale it by switching it to an automated version of the system. Now here's the warning. Because of the nature of this offer, we can only work with a handful of clients at this time. We are not looking to be a factory where we can churn things out on a high volume basis. We work with partners. So if you want everything that I said in this presentation, Then start filling out this application by clicking the button on this page right now. If you are seeing this video right now, that means there are spots open. So fill out the application form on this page, and we look forward to seeing your testimonial with the incredible results we've got.